I knew Kenny DeFeo at Monsignor Bonner High School, but before I knew Kenny, I knew his father from coaching at Cardinal O'Hara High School. His father was a coach over there and quite a character. And we always was talking about his two sons, Kenny and Charlie. In any event, I really got to know Kenny, who's a Bonner graduate, several years after me, through Michael Sherlock, who was a Bonner graduate, running back football, went to Annapolis. And so I met Kenny, and Kenny was a guy that was working out with the weights at the time, which just came into play. And he was very dedicated and he attacked the weight training all year long, in season, off season, specifically for football skills development. He was very dedicated towards it. So one quick story about Kenny and his dedication and how strong he was and what kind of a person and athlete that he was. He was at Villanova at the time, and of course he knew Howie Long before he became famous. And Howie Long and Kenny were working out under the stadium at Villanova University, where Lou Furry, where it was one of the first strength and conditioning coaches in the United States. So they had some weights under the stands, and Kenny invited me over there to work out. And, you know, Kenny was one of them guys could do a 300 plus 2-second pause bench press. Now he's about 200 plus pounds, 210, maybe a little more, a little less. He might have even done more than that. Okay. But back in the day, we're talking I guess the early 70s. That was quite a bit of weight at that weight. And there was no organized training except for Lou Ferry coming in, things like that. But Kenny was totally trained. He was so well conditioned. He could jump rope. He could do 300 jumps in a minute. That's coordination, speed, reaction time, muscle endurance, muscle strength, body movement, body balance, all these kinds of things, eye-hand coordination. He could do that, and at the same time, bench press over 300 pounds. So I went and worked out with him and Howie Long, had a really good workout, and I observed his work ethic at the time, which was very strong, very dedicated. And Howie Long was there as well. Now, Howie was a strong guy, did good. He had a bad shoulder on that particular workout, so he took it easy. But, you know, I went over a couple times, worked out with those guys, and that's what I would do would move around and try and get different challenges by different people. But just about Kenny, you could see that he was going to go places because of his dedication, his desire, his focus. He's a very humble kid. He trained like an animal, and he played like an animal in the field, but a real gentleman off the field. A very kind guy. And so it was an honor and a pleasure to know him. And of course, I was very sorry to hear of his passing. But my best to wherever this message goes about Ken DeFeo and how great a guy he was, a great family man, religious man, great athlete, and a great human being. And I would just like to say now that would be the end, Charlie, okay?